Body goals Omgi. Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark hype up Lexie Hull's forward message. While we still have to wait a little longer for the start of the WNBA season, Unrivaled has been as exciting as advertised. Those who have taken the court in the 3-on-3 tournament have looked more than ready for the start of the league campaign, including Indiana Fever veteran Lexie Hull on Friday. Hull, who plays for Team Rose in Unrivaled, shared an Instagram post with an inspirational message. "No rain, no flowers," she captioned the post. It didn't take long before her Unrivaled teammate, Angel Reese, and WNBA teammate, Caitlin Clark, shared their thoughts on it. "Dog," wrote Clark. "Big Lexie," added Reese, followed by Bodie goals Armgi. Hull is coming off putting up 8 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, and 2 steals versus the Lunar Owls, once again serving as a defensive specialist for her teams. Lexie Hull had a tough time last season. The Fever have been arguably the most aggressive team in the WNBA this off-season, and they enter the upcoming season quite stacked. That might be a bit of a challenge for Hull, who struggled to establish herself in the first half of last season before embracing a much bigger role down the stretch. In a January 6 interview with Winsider, she admitted that it wasn't always easy, but she kept trusting her work ethic and waiting for her opportunity to come. "Honestly, it was difficult," Hull said. "Everyone on the team wants to play and contribute and feel like they have a role. It took me a second to realize that it's a process and that my time will come. It's basketball, so roles change, and I was making sure that I was putting the work in during the first couple of months when I didn't see the floor as much as I hoped I would, but I was excited for the second half of the season." The start of the season can't come soon enough for Fever fans. After all the off-season acquisitions they've made, and with another year of Caitlin Clark ahead of them, they should be considered one of the strongest championship contenders in 2025. "Thank God we traded for Sophie Cunningham." Fever fans berate Caitlin Clark's $217,502 running mate for shooting 30% in Unrivaled game. After Thursday's Unrivaled game between the Rose BC and Lunar Owls, Indiana Fever fans were left desiring more out of Caitlin Clark's backcourt running mate, Lexie Hull. The Rose BC won and ended the Lunar Owls' unbeaten streak, but Hull had an off night offensively, which bothered the team's fanbase. Hull shot only 3 of 10 and missed a few layups. In her previous outing, she went 1 of 7 from the field. Hull's excellent defense kept her on the floor, and she was highly impactful. It's what helped her case last year with the Fever, too. That also resulted in Hull potentially retaining her roster spot on Indiana amid the team's massive off-season, as it added DeWanna Borner, Natasha Howard, Sophie Cunningham, Sydney Colson, and Brianna Turner. Currently, on a $217,502 deal, Hull is still expected to play a key role for Caitlin Clark and company. However, the Fever fans don't seem as confident in her amid her offensive struggles during Unrivaled. One fan pointed out Lexie Hull bricking a layup and thanked the Fever for adding Sophie Cunningham this off-season, saying, "Lexie Hull, you have to make those. Thank God we traded for Sophie Cunningham." Another fan recalled some pushing for Hull to start over DeWanna Borner. "Yeah, hearing people say she should start over DeWanna Borner was crazy to me." One fan added, "Yes man, no improvement." Another pointed out that her defense is the only upside in her game, saying, "It's the layups that be making me mad, but she's a great defender. Her shot is broke as F***K, one fan said. Rose BC coach hails Caitlin Clark's teammate Lexie Hull. Amid incessant criticism that Caitlin Clark's teammate Lexie Hull has faced, her unrivaled coach, Nola Henry, hailed the guard's defensive tenacity after the Rose BC won their 4th consecutive game on Friday. "From her consistent energy to her contagious smile, we love everything Lexie brings," Henry said. "She goes night in and night out matching up with the best guards in the world. She takes that personal." Hull made her 2nd consecutive start for the team and closed the game in the 4th quarter. She's not having an ideal tournament on offense, but Hull has been a difference maker on the defensive side. Fever fans will hope that she can resolve these issues before the season starts, especially if coach Stephanie White plans to lean on her for key minutes. Lexie Hull was the league's 2nd-best three-point shooter last year, making 47.2% of her shots from deep, so there is optimism that she could have a better showing in the WNBA alongside Caitlin Clark and co.